everybody, welcome back. Sorry there's been a bit of a hiatus in my card making, but I have actually been away for a few days. So what I thought I'd do, because I don't have one to show you, but I was going to show you how I did a swap with Kim Kelly last month. I think it was last month, or maybe it was June, I can't quite remember, and it was a summer swap. And I made her this folio out of envelopes. So I promised that I'd come back on and I'd show you how I made it. It was really easy. In this video, I'm just going to show you how I made the actual folio base. And then Kim sent me some lovely papers, which I thought would be appropriate to decorate the folio with. They're not the right size, but what we can do is we can add pockets and things on the bottom with some of the extra bits that are cut off. So these were a bunch of cherry themed kind of papers. It says cherry, but there's strawberries in there and raspberries, so it's fruit really, I think, isn't it? Because there's apples and it's a lovely lot of paper. Cherries and the cutest. Cherries the cutest it's called. So that was the name of the paper. So I thought I'd use that to decorate it. She did also give me some of this other sort of summery paper as well, which was really nice too. So I might incorporate some of these into, I could possibly use that and probably that, maybe some of the stripy bits, I'll see. So this, as I say, this first video is going to be about actually making up the folio base. So I think I used 6 of these envelopes. Now these are excess envelopes that I'm not going to really use. I'm sure I used 6. So all I did was I glued these pieces, the triangle flaps. I glued them. I'm sure many of you have probably done this before. I glued them together. So I just made sure it was behind the crease mark. Let's just check it. I just glued this piece onto the other one at the back, like that, and that'll be covered. So just make sure that's down. So I did that there, and I did on the other side, I did the same. I glued this piece to the back, and then I do put another one on. So just gluing that to the back of the other one. So it's 2 first, so gluing one onto the other, then you get your third one and you're going to glue that on as well, just in the same place where you did the first one. And you can either leave these as little pockets or you can cover it. So that's quite good because you've got pockets already. This one's a bit hoot actually. Pull that up. No, I think I've glued it down. It's okay now. So that and then that, but actually I had another piece which I think I glued onto here, and I did it this way round so that these two would come in and then it folded up like that. Okay, so I just need to, did I cut this bit off? I can't remember, or did I glue that bit down? I think I just glued that piece down actually. So you could cut the flap off and you could use this just as a pocket as well, but I think I just glued this down on top of here because I knew I didn't really need that piece. And then I added this other envelope onto the back of this one here. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's right. So just adding some glue again, really enjoying this glue. It's the glue that Monica paper Mona uses, and it's from Poland. I believe you can get it here. Obviously, I got it on Amazon, I'm sure, and it's magic glue, but it's just really good. I just find it really good. So same thing, just find the line for the fold, because you don't want to go over the folded bit, and just line it up like that, and then you can just press that all down, and then that was basically how I made it, and then I popped that together, and that was the front of my folio. So you need 4 envelopes basically. That's what it was. It wasn't 6, it was 4. So what I'll do is now come back in the next video and we can decorate it. Okay, folks, so I've come back and I've put all these, this is Carnation Crafts. It was a cream type of paper I had in my stash from them. I've got quite a few colours, but I thought that this one looked nicer, so I thought this would just help to give it a bit more sturdiness. So I've gone ahead and I've put papers on, put it all and all the bits inside. I've just done this pocket, which I'm not sure, wanted to keep this as a pocket. I had cut out this, but it didn't work because it's not quite the right shape that I've used. I should have gone round that shape instead. So I'll find a way for that thing in a minute, and I've got all my other nice cherry papers and fruit papers, I should say, cut out. This is for the front. I will get a piece for the back. I want to show you how I put the ribbon on. So I think what I'll do is just get started to gluing some of these bits in. So I cut most of the fruit papers to 5 by, well, they're 5 by 6 because they are only 6, but then I thought if I pop a bit on the bottom which measures 3 by 6, that will be fine. Just under 6, I think it's just under 6. It's like a, so it will go on kind of like that, which will be nice. So I thought just start gluing these on. So I've got my 2 cherry pieces. Now I thought I might use one of the cherry ones on the front, but as I'm not doing the cherry one at the minute, I thought I'd put one of them inside. So as I say, these are all just cut to, what did I say they were? I can put the measurements in. They're 5 by 6, but then I'll put that piece on the bottom to just cover the bottom part, and I can make it into a little pocket. So that should work. So yeah, I mean, I don't profess to be a brilliant maker of these things, but I do try to make them, and they always seem to work out okay. So this bit I was going to pop into the bottom, which I thought would be quite nice, and I was going to put a little hole here. Just, I mean, I could back it onto another piece of card, but I'm just going to go in the middle slightly. Oh, don't want to be too far in. So this is just going to be a sort of like a large thumb hole for this bit here down at the bottom. So for that, I'm just going to go around each side, the bottom, and obviously not the top, because then nothing would fit into the pocket. And just measuring that up, it's roughly the same, and it just gives you a nice little centerpiece there. So I thought, as I said, I thought I'd have the other cherry one at the front. So if I pop the raspberry one next, so let's get my glue. Oh, I think there's 2 here because I was cutting 2 at a time. Yeah, that's still the raspberry. So thanks to Kim. So Kim is at Cherry Kim 172 on Instagram. I'll pop her Instagram account into the bottom of this video. And she wanted to do a swap, which I was very happy to do, and I got some lovely stuff, including this paper from her from the swap. So sometimes it's nice to just do a swap with somebody just to see what you get. Now, so I've got this one as well, or I could put this one slightly bigger, but I think I'm going to go for the same, the gingham one. So the same thing, I'm just going to put a little, I think on Kim's, on this one, I didn't actually put something else on it. But I think I'm just going to make it a little pocket as well. So I've got 2 wee pockets in the middle. Come on. That's it. So the same again, just going down the edge and the bottom. And just lining that all up. You can see, yes you can, that's good. And just bring that down a bit more, that's fine. So that's 2 wee pockets in the middle already. So we need to do some more. So I'll leave that at the minute. This page here, no, I don't want the cherry because that's for the front. So I've done a couple of strawberries on this one. I may have to cut this page down a bit. So because let's just cut it down, because when I added the layer, obviously that was the same size as these. So all I'm doing is taking an inch, an eighth even off of these, just so that they fit. And once I did that, I had to slightly change it. So I've put one there, and I'll do something on that side as well. So we'll have these on. These papers are lovely, really nice. And I do like all these fruits. I like raspberries, cherries, strawberries, I like blueberries, I like blackberries, I like lots of berries. Right, if I move this along, I should be able to see what's going on here. Like that. I want you to be out of camera shot. There we go, that's nice. Now, I think I'm going to put the red on the bottom here. Like that, and I'll do the same on that side. So I'm not going to make this, don't think I'm going to make this a pocket. I'm just going to cut it down very slightly because it's quite thick. So we had this one at 2.5. So I'm just going to make it 2. So let's make this 2. Okay. That should still work, but kind of, yeah, that'll work. So this time I'm just gluing the whole thing because I'm not making it a pocket. And just gluing that straight onto the card there. I think that's a bit big, I should have cut that as well, but I've done it now. It's all fine. It's all fine. So that's that, and then we can go inside to these bits as well. Now this bit I want to keep for here, and I am going to show you what I'm going to do for that. Now this piece, let's see what else we've got. We've still got some bits over here, so we can just add some other pieces here. I've still got some of these bits. So these are slightly different strawberries. These are more of a pink. Oh, they're nice. I didn't see them. They're cool. So let's cut 2 of those. Keep that just now. 2 of those. So let's see what's that to get this right. I should always, so it's going to be 5. Right. So I've cut 2 of these. So let's use them because they're pretty. Right. So I could put a couple of them here. They're nice, I didn't see them. So this paper all really works together because it's all similar tones, colour combos and similar design. So it's a fruity folio really. That's what we're going to call it, a fruity folio. Oh, no, that's not so good, Shirley. Try and get it straight. On there. That's better. Squint off there as well. Never mind. And then this piece, I'll do the same here. So we're just going to pop that round as well. I do like this glue. So good. It just comes out. You don't need to do this, any of this shaking it up and down or anything like that. It just comes out really easily. There we go. That's nice. Now I had cut out a couple of these to put on the side, but I'm thinking I've got these as well. This was part of it. So we could put a little bit on the bottom. Because, I mean, these are here, but they're going to be on their side. Or maybe that would be okay. What do you think, folks? They're obviously going to be the opposite way. I don't know if that would look right or not, but any of these other papers, it's these ones as well as I showed you these ones from the other, and then obviously I've got offcuts from these bits, so let's see, we can maybe we could put a bit green on the bottom here. That might be quite nice, or these, that could work as well. Right, so that needs to kind of go to roughly there. Let's just chop a bit. I'll cut this off. Should manage to do it in one go. So I'm going to pop this onto this bit just to make it look like it's one piece. Well, not that it's going to look like that because it's a different pattern, obviously, but just to kind of make it look a bit more finished off. Not quite thick enough, but it's fine. And we could maybe do that one's a bit wider. Maybe I should have done that one. Probably no. Let's just do the same one. Where is it? I've got another one like that. No. Let's actually just do this one then. I'll just do a bit of alternating. It doesn't matter really, it's just trying to keep it sort of looking good. This bit's a bit thicker so it kind of covers the sort of whole area. Now that's probably a bit wide, so I should have cut that bit off, shouldn't I? Just let me chop this bit off at the edge. Hopefully that will work. Move it over slightly. That wasn't such a good shout. Right, let's just move this over a bit to the edge. That's better. There we go. That works. That looks okay. That's a bit not quite big enough. I might actually just cut another piece here and pop it on because it looks a bit weird. So it's probably about 1 and a bit. Let's try 1 and a quarter. Let's try, see if that will look better. Maybe not 1 and a quarter, that's too much. Yeah, I think it would look better if we had it the same as that one. So we're going to go for, I'm going to cut this off at the bottom, and that makes it about one inch. I think that should work, hopefully. Or is that too? It's just as... I think it's a bit more than 1 inch. Let's do 1 1/4. And I think that will just, it'll be nicer to keep that just the same. Get you take another wee bit off again. Yeah, that's nicer. I like things to sort of look similar, but not the same. So we'll just cut that wee bit as well. Like that, and then that should fit on top. Because I don't like that other one so much. It's not as good. Right, that's fine. Let's get the glue again. So that's the middle area. Like that. Let's just put that on. Cover that bit. That's better. Yeah, I think that looks better. Definitely. It's still a wee bit over that edge, but I think it's fine. So we've got that, and that in the middle. Now we've still got the front to do in the back, but I wanted to show you this bit here. So I had cut a piece which I thought I might put inside. I could put a whole piece inside actually. So I've got this raspberry piece or the strawberry piece. The strawberry piece probably I'll do here on the top. So what I want to do, I didn't have an extra bit of paper, but I can come back and get some. I think I've got some. Hopefully I might keep that for the front. So what I want to do is, so that's the front. This is going to be the front with a cherry on it. And I may have to cut the cherry again, and I'm going to have something else at the bottom. I'm not sure whether I'll have that or I'll have that, but I'll have something at the bottom on the front. So I've still got some wee bits of card here that we can still use. So just see, I've got that as well. That's nice. I do like the watermelons and things, but I don't really, I'm trying to keep it berry type. It's going to be a berry folio, as I said. I've got these bits here. So I had originally cut this out, but it's not really going to work. So what I've thought is, I might still use it, and I'll be able to cover it somehow. So I'm using the strawberry one, so I'm going to pop that onto there, like that. Okay, and then on the bottom. So before I do that though, I want to cut this out. I don't want to cut what I did here. I cut the envelope's cover, but I really need to cut this piece here. So what I need to do is get this, and then I need to get an actual envelope and pop this in at where it's going to be. This is how I'm going to do it anyway. And then it's going to be kind of there. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So what I need to do is draw along there and down there. Okay. And then I need to cut this. I'm hoping I've got this the right way because it's going to be going on, but that's not going to be the right way. So I've not done that correctly. So let's just do another strawberry one, which we've got here. So what I need to do is, I should have just turned it round and did it this way. So pop this in. Put this in, I'll cut that off. So popping that in, getting my pen and just doing the same thing, going round there, and then I'll cut that out, and I'll do the bit at the bottom as well. So, cut that line. I mean, this is probably the wrong way to do it at all, because this is just me doing it my way. There's probably an easier way to do this, you know. But this is the way I'm doing it. So let's just see, I need to cut that line off. So that will work. So I need to cut outside of this line because we don't want a black pen line down there. So let's see. That will work. So what I need to do with this piece is I need to pop it over like that, which will work. I'll still be able to use that bit here, like that. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this on first. It does look like a mess, but I'm sure it's going to work out fine. Probably for this you would just cut the way I did for this. You would just, for this piece, you would cut the way I did this piece, not round the actual the lid of the envelope, because that doesn't work, does it? So popping that on. Now this all needs tight, you know, thingied up, because it's a mess. It is a messy one. So let's just see if I can get this a wee bit more less messy. So I'm just going to go straight down there, and then down here, and then I'm going to cut that bit, and that looks slightly less messy. So I'm just going to pop that. I'm going to try, I know it's going to have a bit, but I think I'm going to have to cover that some way. So this piece is still messy, so I'm just going to go up and do that. Like that. I'll sort this bit at the bottom. So this isn't the best, but anyway, this wasn't actually how I did this bit for Kim. I just made it. Actually, let's see what this is going to look like. So it's going to be slightly out. So we'll get there. So what I need to do now is I need to find a piece that's going to fit on the bottom and hide all that nonsense. So what I want to do is just get this again and put this in at the bottom. As I say, there's probably a much easier way to do this, but this is my way of doing it. So I'm just going to draw around here. Oh, use that as my template. And I'm going to cut in behind the line so we don't get a line of a black line. So let's see. So yeah, that's going to work. Now I'm going to have to, though, cut here. So I'm going to just get my trimmer. So there's a bit of a sort of cut mark here. So I'm going to cut that off just there, because I don't want that bit. And then I'm going to cut a little eighth off here, and then see where we go from there. I don't want to be too long on this, so that can go over that piece, and then I'll pop something up the side here which will hide that piece there. There, just making sure that's there, that's fine. Now I'm going to pop a piece of something down the side. So let's see what we pop down the side. We've got this nice green piece. That's probably not big enough. No. Let's see if we can pop something else down the side. Have got more strawberries, but they're a slightly different colour. Let me see, there's this bit of strawberry as well, which we could just pop down to there. I think this piece is actually okay. So we could just pop that down there. Now, to get this piece covered inside, what we need to do is just put a piece inside that would fit that. So you can just pop a piece inside that's going to fit that as well. So, let me see. So if you pop that in, for instance, that was off cuts, that could go like that, and you wouldn't see the bit inside, if you see what I mean. You wouldn't see it any further in. So you could do that if you wanted. So I'm going to leave that bit like that just now. I've got all these pieces there. I want to pop on the front. So I'm just going to get a ribbon. I thought I had a ribbon here anyway, but I might have moved it. I think I've moved it. So let's just check. This is what happens when you tidy up things. Things away. To put them. So I'm going to come back with that as well. So I found the ribbon. So it's just this nice gold ribbon. So all I did here was I put a bit of glue here, basically in the middle of the front part, and same on the back. So I actually used my tape pen for this, and I just went up the middle where I thought was the middle. It's probably not the middle, but more or less, and I just popped that on top like that, and this should be enough, hopefully. She says I might bring it down slightly. I need to do it again. So that's not that long. It's, what is it, 17.5 inches. So just bring it to there. You want to have, probably better to have more than less. So I think this bit's probably the same, maybe slightly longer, that was slightly longer, but I think that's enough to tie it. I might just bring it slightly less, so just whatever. And then I was going to pop, where is it, this piece on the front, so that will hold the ribbon in place as well. It won't come out of there. You could put a magnet in, you could put a sticky Velcro fastener thing in as well. You could use twine. You could have, you've got a few options of what you could actually do, but I just thought it looks nice with a ribbon. So there we go, and then popping that over the top. Now obviously I want to put one on the back, but I need to get my other piece of paper. So I could actually just pop this on as well. So lining it up, turning it to the back, lining it up with your front one, and then just gluing that on as well. So I need to get my piece of card first. So not put that on just now, but I just wanted to show you how I did this. And then I want to put the cherry on the front again. So kind of looking to see if that's any way. So I'm going to put the cherry on the front. And then I think I'm going to do a wee time-lapse video and just show you in the time-lapse video how I got the rest of it done, because this really does take ages to do. It's something that takes a wee while to do. You know, that's why I'm doing it kind of in stages for you, because I could just not bother stopping the video. I could carry on, I'd be here forever. So I don't want to do that. So I want to put another piece of card at the bottom, well, paper at the bottom. So I'm wondering if, what do you think? That would look quite nice. That's one of them. I know the gingham's nice, it certainly is. I mean, I could just put the gingham again because I do like that one. So let's just cut the gingham. So it's, what is it? I want it to be, is it 5 and 1? It's 5 and 1. Let me just get it right. Yeah, and then we probably only want to do a little bit at the bottom. So I probably want to just do it to maybe 1 3/4 at the bottom. So that can just go on the bottom like that, which is quite nice. And we still need to cut it a little bit more at the edge here. So if we just actually make it, let's just take a wee bit off there, and then let's pop this on. And I can, as I say, I'll come on with the rest. Just, obviously this isn't a pocket, this is a front, so it's not going to be a pocket. It's just going to be a piece on the front, and I think I've just went and cut that a bit too short, so let's just see. Yeah, I think I just need to leave it as it is, and then just cut this little bit off. What did I do with that? 1 3/4, I think it was, wasn't it? So I'm going to pop a wee time lapse, as I say, onto this at the bottom, and then you can see how I make all the other bits. Like I'm obviously going to put like a bookmarky tag thing in it as well. So that just finishes it off there. And then you will see it finished, completely finished. So that is how I basically did it. So, and then opened it. Got a couple of pockets in there. I'll sort this. I'll put a piece on the very back. We'll put the ribbon on, and yeah, I'll do it in a time lapse. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this was informative, and I'll be back soon with the time lapse and some other bits and pieces. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Keep that subscription going. Please share, please like, please go over to my social media pages. It'd be nice if you followed me there. I'll put these links in the description bar, and please consider buying me a coffee. Okay, see you soon. Bye.